It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. It's officially Tony Awards season, and we are thrilled about some of our fiercest ladies and gents being nominated, but are obviously left stunned by the shocking Nick Jonas omission.
Ooh, the summer movie season is heating up after the success of Sinners, the critical reception to Thunderbolts, and public annoyance Blake Lively walking around Rome in a big stupid hat.
And the long-awaited episode of Sister Wives honoring our sweet Garrison aired this Sunday, and it was beautifully done. 4 out of the 5 Brown parents were actually able to channel true sadness for the death of a family member. Guess who wasn't?
All this and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City weekly roundup. Too legit to quit. I don't know. Guys, wow. I don't know that Amanda and I have ever had a faster lead into this.
About 2 minutes. Yeah, but we're here, and somehow I always feel calmer when we're less prepared. And, I hope you enjoyed my light shade thrown at Robyn Brown right in the beginning, because it's
Robyn Brown sucks ass.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Hi, friends.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Sarah. Hey, Wendy's Front Yard. Hey, Heather. Hey, Florida Stanley. And that's who we have. You guys,
I just had a washer and dryer delivered with 6 dogs in the house. That was fun. 2 men, Karen and washer, real fun. So that's the state of mind I'm in right now. So let's all keep it up and light and happy here. John, make me laugh.
The state of mind, that I'm in is this week we did a really fun episode for our main feed. And we need to make sure that you check it out. Now, I did have an idea with the changing of, and just like that, moving and all that. I was thinking we might move our drop dates.
Oh, now you want to move them.
This week we did the men of Sex and the City ranked. Now, I'm going to give a slight warning. 24 hours after I
put it in the description already.
Okay. 24 hours after we recorded, I text Amanda in a panic. I'm like, wait, I forgot to put Richard.
Okay, there's too many men. We can't spend any more time than we already do thinking about men.
Yes. So if you're ready to judge men and listen to some possibly hot takes,
controversial takes.
See how your ranking racks up. That's what I want to know. Hey, Wicked Witch of the West, and hey, Jay Schwa. Guys, also check out our Patreon, because actually this week, according like Scheana Shay, it's all happening. We're dropping Vanderpump Rules Season 1, Episode 1, Welcome to Sir. And you guys, this was really fun.
Yeah, it felt good. It felt right. Now, I wanted to drop this on you here. I'm going to make an executive decision now that I just think Golden Girls is over. And you know what? You know what really sealed it for me? Patrick Hines and Jennifer Simard currently have a Golden Girls podcast. Go listen to them. Go listen to Jennifer Simard talk about Golden Girls. They got that.
My feeling is about the Golden Girls, at least for us, is we love the Golden Girls. And so Amanda and I our pocket is being at least shady and bitchy, like the pocket.
Yeah,
right?
We do our best work there when we can snark.
So it's hard to be bitchy and shady about a show that's great.
Yeah.
That's why we dropped Broad City too. So
someone asked, would we ever consider doing Friends? And it's then it's just, because me and Jody have done a couple episodes of Friends, and it's just us being like, here's a funny joke. And then the next line is really funny. So it's basically just reading the script. So
yeah, I love when we can just lay into stuff. So that's why, as much as I say I hate girls, I'm sure the people who like to listen to me bitch really are fine with those episodes, because I'm hot on it.
PPR is a real sweet spot for us. So check out that episode. And guys, and I feel like all of you out there have been told by all of your reality TV loving friends, you need to get into VPR. So now is the time to finally just do it. Do it along with us.
It is, and you're right. So join us on Patreon, patreon.com/podandthecity. And make sure that you're subscribed and hit like, okay? Because on this episode, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. They recently dropped a ton of Bravo news. We also are going to talk about, obviously, Sister Wives, our juicy TikTok section. Guys, I found some crazy AI stuff that you're going to be like.
I saw some butts and penises.
Of course, the movie corner. We're going to have a big Broadway section all about the Tonys. And we're going to get started, though. They dropped this.
One really quick request. I don't know what YouTube is doing with our algorithm, because both episodes that dropped last week are like doing really great. And then last week we had like 100 viewers for Sex and the City. So if you got a shit ton of time, go to our not even the weekly roundup. Those are all pretty normal, but like go to Sex and the City, go to those episodes and just comment or share them or like turn them on. Cause I don't know what's going on YouTube.
If you're a fabulous devotee, go back, like especially 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, what happened with that one?
We had like 150 views. I don't know. It's so all over the place because last week our weekly roundup got demonetized, guys. So also, if you feel like donating,
probably from the vagina picture,
you could throw us a super like or whatever they're called. Is that what they're called? I don't know. I think it was, the spread eagle on the front.
Except that we literally spend the last 10 minutes of every episode showing butts on TikTok. But Wicked Witch of the West says, I started watching Girls because of you guys, and now I'm on the second to last episode of the final season. Joan, everyone likes it. Jay Schwa said I started Below Deck. So trashy, it's fabulous.
I love Below Deck. Thank you. And Wicked Witch of the West, babe, who are you? Who are you?
All right, let's go to hot topics here. I'm a little low energy today because I've been really stressed out about the washer and dryer.
Baby, I'm high energy because I'm stressed out. So we're
perfect. Let's do it. Let's get some hot topics.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. Guys, breaking Bravo tea. They literally just announced this as we were like doing all this, like 30 minutes ago. There's 4 new shows or reworked shows that are coming to Bravo, babe.
I just saw the last one and I got so excited. Okay, read them out, Joan. These are good. Hello? Are you frozen? I think he's frozen, guys. I'll read it out. It's The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Is Rhode Island up like Massachusetts? Is that where that is? Rhode Island? Ladies of London. I don't know about that. I feel like the British shows, it's hard for like us over here to kind of snark on them because they always seem much classier than us. The Valley Persian style. Okay, I don't know about that. But Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. That should be fun. I love Wife Swap. Wife Swap is so good. And the Real Housewives should be interesting. I wonder what kind of messes.
I heard about that. Real Rhode Island is number 1. And
oh my God, he's catching up. He's catching up. Hello, Joan? Okay, I'll just keep going here. Here we go. Next, The Valley. Is anyone watching?
Hello.
Hi, Joan.
You guys, I am not kidding. When
what Cox Communication?
Every day for the last week, I get a text that's like, we're sorry, there's an outage in your area. Guys, I live in Central Phoenix. What?
We were recording leather. Our VPR episode is really spliced up because
no, it's the other one, and we were so close to the end.
That's right.
It was like fun. If anything, I'm gonna jump on my phone. So
it's fine. We got it.
I do want to talk about that Bravo stuff though, real quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. I do really love when they bring in these ideas. Like I wouldn't expect Rhode Island, but if they have a close-knit group of people who have an established relationship, oh yeah, I'm down for it. Great. And I'm assuming they will because of choosing that kind of area. Ladies of London. I did watch Ladies of London originally, so this is just kind of like bringing it back. And I'm wondering who they'll bring back, if they'll bring it back any of the original people. I have watched that multiple times because I do really like some of the people.
I've never heard of it.
Huh?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's on Peacock. You might like it. Then they're doing the Valley Persian style. And this is following people who were on Shaws of Sunset. I found out.
All right. I
Some
said that
people
the
will care.
thing I was the most excited about was Wife Swap.
Wife Swap, the Real Housewives edition. I heard about some of the people going on it already, but now I can't remember who it was.
Oh,
but
well,
I'm excited too.
Aaron Waltman says I finished season 11 of VPR last week. Am I wrong for thinking Ariana is annoying in the last season? Yeah, she's a little. I mean, she has boundaries, but yeah, she's like not that great. Even in the early seasons, she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, I think the thing about Vanderpump Rules is that everyone has their people and what they think and who they like and what they like about them, and it's hard to really all get on the same plane because there are some people that have like I am so dead focused that there are certain people on that show that I hate. And then I hear people say that they love those people. And I'm like,
okay, well, I actually had this on my notes. I'm actually going to put this as a little topic here, but okay, this will lead into the Valley. All right. I wanted to text you, but I'm like, I'll just bring it up to him. How come more people, okay, how do I phrase this? The people that think that they like Scheana need to go rewatch the season where like the rest of the extra cast comes in, like Dana and Max, and watch how Scheana acts because it is repulsive. I'm embarrassed as a woman watching her behavior in that season because it is wild.
I'm just gonna say, I think that anyone who says they like Scheana, are you talking about like celebrities and stuff who say they like?
No,
Scheana?
I just mean people like I even on TikTok, like I feel like gay men will be like, yes, queen, she's so messy. But I don't even like
I think they like her because she's to make fun of her. I can't imagine.
I can't support.
There's people who genuinely like Robyn, right?
I don't know so much after this last episode, which we'll get into later.
I don't know. Speaking of people who are not likable, but kind of are likable, and it's like, why are they having this show? Or is this too dark? What's happening? The Valley, guys, the Valley.
Did you watch it? The most recent?
I wasn't able to watch. The problem is they dropped the episodes too. Like, I actually, not unfortunately, I was working.
Okay, yeah. Well, I watched these because I have to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning for the dogs to get dropped off. But I watched this, and they basically go to some, I don't know, they go to some NASCAR they're playing, whatever. I don't care about any of the group activities, but there's some shit going down. And then they have like a healer come and they all sit in a circle barefoot and like pass around a ball and talk about good energy. So that was kind of boring. But as usual, but then in the middle of the episode, it cuts to Brittany says, Jax has been he'll go to therapy for 7 hours a day, and then he gets his phone back and he rage texts me. But then meanwhile, he knows they're all on this trip. So he's texting all of them like, guys, take good care of Brittany. I'm so glad you guys are having fun. And Brittany's like, no, I need you all to know that this is actually what he's doing. And it shows some of the text. And he's like, if I just want her to check up on me. If she could just check up on me once, like check up on me. It's like, it's not her responsibility to check up on you, you abusive. No. So that's happening. But then, of course, as usual, the best part of the show, Joan, even if you don't watch the episode, watch the after show.
I'm going to watch the episode. It's just that,
okay, no,
like, I had 2 hours. And
the after show, when Jax is talking, there is a part where he's bitching about how Brittany, if she had just sent me one text, just one at the beginning saying, hey, I hope you're doing well. We're thinking of you, which then I can only guarantee you that she did do that because she was sending pictures of their kid. But then he goes, then I would have put my phone. I wouldn't have even thought about my phone. As he's blathering on about this, Jesse, who is also a huge piece of shit, is so uncomfortable. Schwartz doesn't know what to do. So he stands up and like turns in like a circle and then just like readjusts his shit and then just like sits down. Cause like it is that Schwartz, it like cannot even, he's like, oh my God.
You know what though? Why don't these men hold each other accountable then? Why don't Jesse or Tom Schwartz, who are both pieces of shit, just saying, why
maybe
don't they
that's why they don't. Maybe because they're like, I don't really have a leg to stand on. But I mean, truly watching this is really just watching one of the world's sickest psychopaths just have a show and have a platform. And I'm glad Brittany is being petty, and I'm glad she's not letting anyone. I'm glad she's not letting him have his own narrative anymore.
Guys? Let us know in the comments, like right down there. Are you guys watching The Valley? Do you guys still think Kristen's crazy, Kristen?
I love Kristen so much.
I have been keeping up on Watch What Happens Live, where Lisa Vanderpump was on last week. She's still very bitter about lots of things.
I know, she's always funny though.
Agreed. But I'm like, girl, you have your own show. You have 1,500 restaurants. You're going to have a hotel in Las Vegas. Get over it. Who gives a shit about Kyle?
You won.
The reunion seating chart came out for the Valley. I guess this is interesting. The only thing that surprised me was that they have Michelle, okay, so they have Jesse second next to Jax, and his ex-wife, who he's breaking up with, at the very end of the couch.
Yeah,
on
that's
the other
weird.
side.
So because I was looking at that, I'm like, well, maybe they requested, like, we don't want anywhere near to each other. But then they have Brittany and Jax, like, both in the first chairs, like directly across from each other.
I think that probably because Michelle hasn't had drama yet with other people really, but they need Kristen to be, they didn't want to put Michelle up in Kristen's spot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Kristen needed to be close to the front. Yeah. Def watching it, Kristen has really had a journey. I'm happy for Kristen, really. I am. Like, you know what? It's great. I'm happy for her. Speaking of a weird journey, Love Hotel. Amanda, did you watch it at all?
No, but everyone keeps telling me to watch it.
I don't know, honey. I watched episode 2. Yeah. I'm already feeling some weird kind of way. And I did see a TikTok that was like, you know what's wrong with Love Hotel is that really, like, you're putting out 4 people on this show who have never been daters, never have really been good at any of that. And you're expecting us to, like, watch them date. Because, yeah, I mean, Ashley Darby was married to her sugar daddy who opened her that shitty restaurant, Michael Darby, and then had a bunch of sex on the side. Allegedly. Luann, we know what Luann does. I mean, she would fuck every man on this show and then not give a shit about him later. Great. Giselle has never dated anyone on the show. She only... except what were alleged to be fake relationships, hired people. And then we have Shannon Bedore, and we know how all that's gone. In her last relationship, it led to her having a DUI where she crashed her car into a house. So there's not a lot of therapy going on this show, which probably should happen. It's more just like, let's put these ladies in a place and have them, like, get flirty with these.
I love to imagine the two of us on that show. We're like sitting together on our phones, and some guy comes over. He's like, "Hey, can I actually steal you for a second?" I'd be like,
"Okay." I would be actually the opposite way, but I would be so pessimistic the whole time of being like, "Oh, you only are trying to do this because we're on a show. You would not do this in public." I would just be so.
Oh yeah, true.
I wouldn't believe that those people genuinely wanted me.
I'd be fine with that. It would be more the second someone mildly irritated me, I'd be like, well, then I'm going to my room. Bye.
Start kicking people off. Guys, watch Love Hotel. The unfortunate thing is we do have Shannon, who is getting hooked up with Earl right now. He's the man whose wife died from leukemia. And so, like, I cried the first episode. I was, like, so excited this episode when they got together. So far, though, the previews for coming up.
He's weaponizing his wife's death for the show.
Literally, Shannon is like, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know who you are. This is complete and utter bullshit. She's, like, freaking out. And, like, so I'm like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. I will tune in, though, because it's mindless fun. I wish they would bring back Girls Trip, though. Or the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip.
I've seen a couple episodes of that. I saw one where, like, everyone was, like, hungover, and then Luann, like, went for, like, a swim, like, in the ocean. And it was like, what? But, like, really deep in.
Mm-hmm.
That's your preference?
Luann, that's Luann's MO on any trip, is that she gets really drunk, and then every morning she wakes up, everyone's like, wow, Luann's totally fine. And she's doing yoga, she's jogging, she's
not sober
swimming.
Anymore. Did she decide that sober is not for her?
I think that Luann de Lesseps has had one of the. If you started watching Real Housewives of New York, you would never guess what her future would be.
Yeah.
Based on the first episodes where she is prim and proper and whatever.
Honestly, she's having fun though. I think she's living it. Like,
I would live to be her. Oh my God, she has a great life. She goes and does her dumb cabaret show. She smokes cigarettes all day. She has sex with tons of men. Go you.
Yeah,
now,
amazing.
What the fuck is this?
Oh my God.
DJ Novak nasty BJ Novak, who's 55 years old, and Delaney Rowe, this girl on wherever, who literally has an X drawn on her hand because she's not old enough to drink. Just kidding.
No, that is not true. You're so full of shit. Okay, I was actually gobsmacked when I saw this, but okay, I'm seeing so much shade about this. BJ Novak's only like 45, I think.
And how old is she though?
Like 30.
I don't think so. I think she's 20 something.
No, I think she just turned 30. It's not really that much of an age gap. And I actually see them working, like they completely fit personality wise together. I don't know how Mindy Kaling's feeling about this, but I'm seeing that everyone's really sad about that. But I honestly feel like Mindy Kaling might just be like a girl that's like, I don't want to like date him. Like go. I don't want to date BJ Novak. Maybe they work together, but everyone's dogging on him like this huge age gap. I'm like, he's not that old, and she's not that young either.
I'd like to know the actual age gap. Anyone in the comments sleuthing? Can you guys look up what is the age gap between these two? Because
I think it's 15 years at the most.
I just think personally, he's like a comedian, whatever, and he's 50, and like if I'm in my 20s, I'm not looking to hook up with a 50-year-old comedian.
But she's that very snarky, sarcastic humor, and I can see how they would work together. I think they're probably going to kill each other. It's going to be super toxic, but maybe they'll have some really fun sex for a bit and then break up. Are you frozen or are you?
No, I'm listening. Speaking of having fun, really fun sex and breaking up, I don't even know that terrible transition. Did you guys see this interview? Just to get political here for a second, I'm going to keep it light. Trust me, because I am spiraling out about the state of everything. I have to keep it light. Okay, the new Prime Minister, Mark Carney of Canada, the one who came from behind in the last bit to...
By the way, 45 and 28, Joan.
That's 17 years difference. I think that's a bit much.
It's not that bad. It's not 50.
I think it's too much. I think if you're a 28-year-old girl, you don't need to be with a 45-year-old man.
Yeah, but when I was 28, I would have been like, oh, BJ Novak, I respect him so much as a writer and comedian. Like I can
and
see
that's why I'm saying when you're a 28-year-old girl, you deserve better than needing to be with a 45-year-old aging whatever. And this is coming from a nearly 40-year-old. Trust me. I don't honestly, I would feel bad trying to date a 25-year-old at my age because I would be like, you're ruining your childhood. Like, enjoy being 25.
Okay, here, let's get back to Trump here. Get this over with. Look, please put a positive spin on this is that I thought Mark Carney did a really good job.
Oh, he ate him up. Thank you. Every time Trump is appearing, he looks like a buffoon. And in here, I took this specific shot because he is describing, he's like, you know, when you look at I'm not going to do an impression, but look at his hands. When you look at the picture of the map all together, you know, I'm a very artistic person. Donald Trump is a very artistic person?
Okay. Is that the
He's
point?
basically saying that if we got rid of the line between the US and Canada, it would look really nice on a map.
Yeah.
And Mark Carney's like, yeah, that's never going to happen. Canada's never for sale. It won't be with me. It won't be in the future. It never has been, and it never will be, bitch. So get the hell out of our face.
Yeah, he's doing like a really fun, like a smart thing, a smart theory. He's almost gray rocking him, where he's just like letting him blather on, and then at the end he's like, well, yeah, that's nice, but again, like I said, it's not ever going to happen. But that's cute.
He also did some really good fourth wall breaking, where Trump would be like, yeah, oh, you know, it could happen. And he turns to the camera and he's like,
yeah.
He just mouths never. And I'm like,
it's like he just got elected. And I think it's kind of his duty to immediately go and meet with this idiot. But he's like, even in Canada, all the him interviewing on his way there, he's like, yeah, I just got to go get this done. Like, fucking meet.
Wicked Witch of the West, thank you on the age gap thing. He can't find a woman close to his age. Red flag. And yes, Trump's face is his canvas, and he only uses brown paint. Jay Schwa says he's in charge of the Kennedy Center, John. Very artsy. And that is the thing that first came to my head, too. And I nearly started crying. Anyway, speaking of, this is actually a perfect transition. Kennedy Center to Broadway.
Too bad we don't have one of those cover things that you were.
I have the video. I've just been needling with a sound bite.
Okay, well, I can help you with this. Like, No, you don't want me.
What my thought was is I was going to record something.
Yeah.
And then I was just going to send it to you to add your voice onto.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. It'll take me 2 seconds.
We'll see. Maybe we'll get that going before the actual Tony
We're
Awards.
in Tony season, Joan. This is when we
I know. It's a perfect. I just am embarrassed to premiere my voice. Anyway, the Tony Awards dropped. We should probably start like backwards, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
So we're excited over here. You guys might drop out right now, but stay through. Yeah. The problem is I haven't really seen any of these. So I don't have a strong perception of what should really win. Of course, I'm on Death Becomes Her side because
obviously,
come on. So the best featured actors in a musical. This one I don't really care. Jeb Brown, Danny Burstyn, Brooks Ashmanskas, Jack Malone, and Taylor Trench. Brooks Ashmanskas is hilarious.
Yeah, I like him, so I'd say let's give it to him. Danny Burstyn already has one.
And Danny Burstyn is playing Herbie, and
Herbie is not a Tony Award winning role.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like okay. He
doesn't even have a song, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah.
They sing that one song wherever.
Oh, I'll never get away. You'll never get away from me. Okay, here we go.
Okay, this is a big one.
Yeah. Best leading actress in a musical. This is really I was so excited. Okay, here we go. Nicole Scherzinger, she's probably gonna win. Audra McDonald, clips I've seen, I'm still not liking it, but that's fine. Everyone says that she's transcendent. Obviously, she's amazing. I don't think
Nicole Scherzinger is gonna win.
Well, she's really trying for it. Jasmine Amy Rogers for Boop. So I'm glad she made it in because this is such a huge category. And then both women got nominated for Death Becomes Her. They might cancel each other out. But Jennifer Simard and Megan Hilty. I don't know which one I want more.
You know what? I think they should just give it to both of them.
Can they do that?
How fabulous would that be?
I remember when Sideshow was up for Tonys, both of them were nominated like together, and it was like kind of sad.
Well, it's kind of weird in that way.
They didn't win that.
I will say Jasmine Amy Rogers is like one of the only nominations for Boop, the musical. It is going to close, I'm hearing. Nicole Scherzinger, my opinion of her, and I'm just going to be a bitch, and I know she's a MAGA or a Maha or whatever she is. She believes in RFK's bullshit is all I'm going to lead you with. Her acting, in my opinion, thank you, Wicked Witch of the West, babe, agreed. My problem is that her acting is her bending down and then like going like this. Like, that's it. Because she even did the same thing in the miscast thing.
Patty LaCombe loved it. So, I mean, I guess I'll listen. Okay, well, here's Best Leading Actor in a Musical. This is a tough category. Darren Criss for Maybe Happy
Ending.
Tom Francis, what's that?
He's in Sunset
Boulevard. Yeah, he's the one that walks around outside. Okay, Jonathan Groff for the fucking jukebox musical. I hope that wins nothing. Jeremy Jordan for what's that show called?
Floyd Collins,
which is like based on a true story of some guy that gets stuck in a pit and then dies. I
sang a bunch of songs from that in college because they have good they have good songs. I can't remember what they're.
Okay. Well, anyway, James Monroe Englehart. Oh, that doesn't even look like him. He was the original Genie in Aladdin on Broadway. I think he did win for that.
This is What a Wonderful World, and he's playing Louis Armstrong.
Right. And Andrew Durand, is that also for Floyd Collins?
That is for a show called Dead Outlaw.
Oh,
I had never even heard of.
All right.
Just minor comment on this is feel like I know Jonathan Groff is amazing and if the Jeremy Jordan's amazing, but when you, and I guess this is the same thing as with Audra, it feels too much like, do we need the same people constantly nominated for things? Like, are they was this worthy of whatever?
I mean, again, okay. Now we talked so much shit on when those first clips got released of that Bobby Darin show, but it turns out that is the curtain call. So curtain call, it's it's kind of different, but still, I don't think a jukebox musical should ever win anything. Okay, great. What else? Did we do featured actress already? No, featured actress. What, are you upset about this one?
Yeah.
Why?
Gracie Lawrence is bugging. I know
Oh,
she's
Gracie.
talented, guys. I get it. She is talented. It just feels like, how nice for you. Your family's rich and famous. You can get shoved into stuff. I mean, you are talented. Trust me, you are talented. Great. And then you get in your first Broadway show and then you get nominated for a Tony. Good. I mean,
right. It's a little annoying. I haven't seen it.
I can only feel jealousy.
I saw her sing on Jimmy Kimmel or something, and it was really good. But I mean, I haven't seen her acting. Hopefully,
I think her voice is good. I'm curious to know if it sounds like the person she's emulating. But that's what I feel weird about that show in general. Is like, to me, Jonathan Groff is just like up there doing Jonathan Groff.
Sure.
Is he doing Bobby Darin? He's giving me, I'm Jonathan Groff singing on a cruise ship. For
100% cruise ship vibes. Joy Woods is nominated.
Joy Woods
is
I hope
nominated
she wins
for Gypsy as the title role, and that's definitely on a Tony Award role.
Mm-hmm.
Like other and then the other three, I don't know what show these are. Julia Niddle, Justina Machado, if that's for Real Women Have Curves, and Natalia Veneta Belcone.
That is for Buena Vista Social Club.
Okay.
I want to see all these. I haven't seen any of them, and I unfortunately,
Okay, let's do Best Revival of a Musical. We got Sunset Boulevard, Gypsy, Floyd Collins, and Pirates, the Penzance musical. Sunset Boulevard will probably win, or Gypsy. The other two just aren't getting.
I'm
Pirates
shocked that Floyd Collins even got nominated, because I had heard bad things about it.
Pirates didn't get nominated for anything. Jinx Monsoon, David Hyde Pierce didn't get nominated. Ramen, Cameron
I've heard that they're, the idea behind the Pirates is that they're doing it like in a Louisiana, like it's like a retelling of a thing in a Louisiana, whatever. And I think people were like, I don't know if that works as well as they were hoping. So,
Best Musical, maybe Happy Ending. All the clips I've seen of that look beautiful. Death Becomes Her. That's obviously what we're going for. Operation Mincemeat. Don't know anything about that, but everyone seems to love it. Buena Vista Social Club and Dead Outlaw, which again I've never heard of until today.
Operation Mincemeat, I had no idea what it was about, but looking at the cover, I thought it was like a Snoop or like a Charlie Brown like parody of some sort. It's actually about like, oh, now that I look at that picture, that looks like Hitler.
What?
I think that it has to do with the World War. I think it has to do with the time of Hitler.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, well.
Now looking at this pulled back, it looks like Hitler.
I know it does look like Hitler. You're right. Okay, well, you know what?
Wow.
We'll do more information as John will work on the intro for that segment, because we'll be keeping it.
That intro is literally coming down to me just like being a nitpick idiot, which I should just get over it.
Sarah says Pirates, Jody's big girl. Yes, John. Jody played the sergeant of police in 8th grade, and it's her claim to fame. Hello, are you frozen?
I am the very modern of a whatever.
No, it was when the foaming bears are still to run.
So our favorite girls, and they've actually been doing these like these performances on the Today Show. Death Becomes Her did their performances, and this song, they did that Tell Me Ernest song that's been on TikTok. The end of the song, Jennifer Simard's line is like, so fucking good or something.
Yeah, so fucking good or something. And she accidentally said it.
Yeah.
They had a delay button, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And here's my opinion on this. Don't sing this then. You're gonna be like in the moment. It's so hard to get someone to change a line like that when it's already in your body and muscle memory. So this is on them.
When I did spelling bee, they decided that they would do one single performance that was going to be family friendly.
Yeah, no.
And I played Chip, and my song was about having an erection, which the whole song
been taken out of the show then.
No, it was my unfortunate projection, something ridiculously stupid. And I fucked up the words, of course, because I only did it once and never rehearsed it or anything. Wow. So poor Jennifer, but at the same time, it was funny.
And she
could
goes,
barely hear it.
Yeah.
And she does it at the very, very end, and then it's dead silent. And she goes, Oops. And I love that.
Whatever, not her fault, in my opinion. All right,
Something
next this debacle. I'm so irritated about this, even though we all kind of saw it coming.
So, if you guys didn't know, the Dolly Parton musical, they're coming out with a Dolly Parton bio musical, like everyone.
We've talked about this on our TikTok section before.
We've talked about it, and they did like a nationwide search. I guess I thought the nationwide search was already rigged, seeming because it was like people they found on like who had the most likes on TikTok or whatever. They got the different things. Well, guess what, guys? They said that those people were the finalists for the role of Dolly. The finalists.
Yeah, they put out a list.
None of those people actually were cast. They were cast as the understudy, I think.
No, one person was, but it wasn't even like Elise, whatever her name is. The one who everyone was like, oh, it's her. That girl I don't even think is involved anymore.
I didn't like her.
They just ended up casting 3 people with Broadway credits already.
Which makes sense. But I think you guys did yourself a disservice to the Dolly show. You did yourself a disservice here because
everyone's irritated about it.
Yeah, you think this show is going to be successful. Girl, Broadway audiences are petty as F.
But also, I feel bad for Katie Rose Clark, who's the first girl here, I believe, and she has been doing all of the workshops for this. So I have to think of it from her
point of view. It was the other girl.
Okay, well, either way, whoever it was, somebody's been doing all the workshops.
Yeah.
So can you imagine that being you? So your job is constantly. Like, she must have been living in such a state of anxiety this past year because it's like, well, no, you probably haven't. I'm doing all the workshops, but there is this international search. Like, you know that.
I feel like they had her under contract before that.
But still, even then, like,
because
they can break it.
It's a stupid ass marketing move in general. Like, how dumb are you? Why wouldn't you put the person who was in the thing? Like, you're immediately going to bring people in. This was the dumbest thing.
Or at least have those 3 audition. Be like, here, can you put out like an audition just so that we have you like in the running?
That's what I was thinking. Why didn't you have these people be some of your finalists? That would have been a lot smarter. But I don't think they were very smart. Speaking of stupid marketing, okay, I'm going to flip the order here a little bit. Guys, if you heard, Beyonce, baby, has been doing the Cowboy Carter tour. First night of the Cowboy Carter tour, she does this whole bit where she's like walking through all these cities in these fabulous outfits, killing it. She walks over to, if you don't know, there's a thing in Las Vegas called the Sphere. It's this thing that they've come up with that has lights on the outside and it like projects, and they have these inside shows that it's all light, like screens all around you. She walks through Vegas, picks up the Sphere, and then like taps it or something, and it says this, okay? Well, the Sphere came out and was like, we don't want you being associated with this, or we think that she's using the Sphere for publicity for herself, basically. Okay. And Beyonce, honey, doesn't need your publicity, the Sphere. So they went real quick on this. They got an MS Paint or CapCut, and they threw the Allegiant Stadium where she's performing in Vegas over the top of the Sphere. And people online are like, Sphere, you've done fucked up here because why didn't you, again, this is the similar with the Dolly situation. You think that Beyonce holding up your thing is because she wants publicity from you? I think you should be like, the moment you see Beyonce holding your thing in her hand, you should be kissing the fucking ground. You should be praising all that there is, because I'm sorry, people eat Beyonce's shit up, even if it's not good.
You know that
I don't say it's not good. I love her.
In the movie E.T., it was supposed to be M&M's Skittles, and they were like, no, and then it was Reese's Pieces. So fucking just
it's a similar situation. Do these people not realize? And what do you think? You know, anyway, this was dumb as hell, but I'm highly considering buying tickets for this next thing.
Man, because you could actually go to the hat.
We had heard, it had been announced that Cynthia Erivo is going to play Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. Well, they've announced a couple of other people, and the big one is Adam Lambert playing Judas.
It's gonna be so good, because Judas is like, I would assume one of the hardest roles written for a man in music theater, because it goes into the fucking stratosphere, and you can't sing it. You have to fucking pound those notes. He can do it. Like I know it'll be easy for him. Just like Cynthia, like these two are going to kill it. Oh my god! I hope they make a pro shot of this.
Well, I had heard kind of and I think this is from Sweaty Oracle, so take it with what you will. That they're gonna do like a limited Broadway run of it with hopefully some of these people. I want to go so badly.
How much are tickets to this?
I haven't even looked. I feel like they're probably sold out because it's only like a few days.
To be there and like actually hear it live is probably going to be like
I want to know who they're going to cast as Mary Magdalene.
Microdose and then go to that. That would be so fun.
I don't need to microdose. I'll macrodose.
Okay.
Who do you think will play Mary Magdalene?
Maybe they'll do like someone in drag because they're obviously going kind of against type.
Oh.
So it could be anyone.
Or like a trans woman.
Yeah, maybe that would be the best route here. I would love that.
Though I could also see someone like, you know who would be good with her is Renee Rapp. Isn't that her name?
From Mean Girls?
Yeah. I could see her paired up with Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, but it's a really low energy role and the songs are really low. That's why I think a trans woman could definitely easily sing it without it transpose it.
As long as it's not Sarah Bareilles. I love Sarah Bareilles.
She already did that.
I know, and that's why I'm saying as long as it's not her. Because
Danny DeVito at this point. Yeah, let's throw him in there.
Ooh. You know what
Danny DeVito would be like a good like King Herod.
He would.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see who else gets added to this because
I love that show.
Just the two of these, just these two could blast my face off. I would cry and sit there and enjoy it.
Ooh, when he hits the Jesus right at the beginning, he's gonna kill it, and it's gonna be easy for him. It's gonna be all easy.
What I'm not understanding is why people are fawning over Benson Boone and acting like he's the new coming of Freddie Mercury. Guys, we already have that. His name's Adam Lambert. Honey, we good. And Adam Lambert is wholly himself, and that is what I love about him too. He has always been himself. Thank you and good night. Guess what time it is, babes? Okay, it's time for John's Movie Corner. A little bit of an update here. I have not seen Sinners still. I do, though.
God, I keep putting it in the episode description and then having to delete it when you don't talk about it.
Because I keep having intentions of going, but it is sold so much every time I try and go. Though wasn't he
just named on the Kanye trial? He was. Him and Mike Myers. Michael B. Jordan and Mike Myers are the first people that were like listed on the Kanye or the Diddy trial, Joan.
Mike Myers?
Yeah, it's from Canada.
As doing what?
I don't know. They're just on the list. Those are the two that were released. Mike Myers.
People that were like at a party that he had?
All I know is that those two names were released and Michael B. Jordan was one of them. Mike Myers, everyone's kind of like, all right. He seems like a nightmare.
I think in general, it'd be like, now, trust me, I'm not shilling for a Diddy party. I just am going to assume that not all Diddy parties were 100 bottles of baby oil and all of that. So
you get to cute.
Not to be whatever. Okay. Yeah. So I do, though, I'm going on Monday, May 12th to go see Sinners.
Okay.
Going with someone. So I'm going.
Stay tuned.
So what I did see, though, went to the movies and I saw Thunderbolts.
Never heard of it. All right.
Well, this is
it has an asterisk in the title?
Yes.
Okay. I just need to know that.
Because this is the new Marvel movie, and it is combining characters that we've seen in some other ones to make like a ragtag group of people. You could probably compare this somewhat to like the Suicide Squad, or like the Guardians of the Galaxy, or the Avengers. So they're combining all these characters together. But what I really liked about this is that the main through storyline was each of these characters like basically had depression. Like they didn't outright say like I have depression.
Yeah.
But it was like that each one had gone through traumatic situations, through grief, through whatever, and it explored how each of them had this like depression basically. And the ultimate story is that like you can give into that or you can like work on yourself and push through. which, you know, is kind of an interesting storyline for a Marvel movie. And I think a lot of men need to watch a fucking movie.
This is going to be a great transition into my sister wives thing in a second.
Exactly.
But yeah, mental health, especially men's mental health, needs to be just desensitized.
I like this movie a lot better than a lot of the most recent Marvel stuff. What I really appreciated is everything at Marvel was starting to really look the same. It had a very, very like specific look about the way they would film it. And what I'd say is they were starting to not look like movies. They were lit weird. There was something weird about it. This movie actually looked like a movie. If you understand what I mean by that, it looked as though it was a film. It did not look like I'm watching a TV show the whole time. Also, though, one thing I'll say is the asterisk.
Yes.
Fucking hell. They originally released this movie called Thunderbolts with an asterisk. Whatever. Please, I think you will have heard this spoiler, friends, because it's now what's happening, and I'm gonna talk about it for 2 minutes. So if you need no spoilage at all, though you will be spoiled just walking into the movie. So I don't know. What the asterisk stands for is this movie is actually called The New Avengers.
Okay.
So basically, it came out, it was being let up, and it's still marketed, like if you go on the app, it's listed as the Thunderbolts or Thunderbolts. But they do a reveal in the towards the very end of the movie, where this group of people are introduced as the New Avengers. And then the end credits scene says, it doesn't say Thunderbolts, it says Thunderbolts, and then they tear that away, and it says the New Avengers. So they're trying to do this drop thing. Well, guys, the movie just came out, and instead of like letting that just kind of sit for a few weeks, maybe of still just going with Thunderbolts, they like dropped that piece for everything. Like when I walked up to the movie, the poster for the movie now at the theater says the New Avengers.
Oh.
It doesn't even say Thunderbolts anymore. You couldn't give it 3 weeks, or you couldn't even give it 3 days. Anyway, that was it.
I'm glad that people are seeing that movie now, and I'm not hearing as much about that fucking Minecraft movie.
Oh God. I do want to mention a tiny bit of a douchebag situation. Blake Lively, which clearly this movie was in the can before the end of, or the whatever it's called, The End of Us. The End of Us?
The Last of Us?
I think The Last of Us, isn't that the show?
It ends with us.
It ends with us. Okay. I'm pretty sure this had to have been in the can before that, because Miss Thing is up to her old shenanigans. We can tell she went into she needed the costume department to come to her place to choose these items, because here's one of them. There is this whole thing on TikTok. She is walking the streets in this hat that has a circumference of 6 feet. She's constantly walking. She has opera-length gloves on. And people are like, judging it, obviously. And now the stories are coming out that, guys, this hat, Blake saw it in a window, and she called the costume person and said, we need this hat. And they're like, how are we going to work with this hat? How are we going to make this work on screen? And Blake said, don't worry, I've got it.
Okay. So you just wanted to talk about what it's used for.
This is from a movie called Another Simple Favor. I did like the first.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was called A Simple Favor. It's the sequel. Blake, stop. She also has another bit where she has been interviewed about this outfit. Okay. This is another costume.
When I got on to like join, I was like looking through pictures and I'm like, what's this? And John's like, oh, you know what that is.
I'm like expecting the world to be like up in arms about this.
I don't know who that was.
Okay, she's dressed like a gangster, like in a drag queen version of a gangster outfit, basically. Guys, the interview says, so, you know, your inspiration or whatever. And Blake's like, yeah, I mean, the character that I'm marrying in the movie is a gangster. So I thought, you know, why not dress like an old-time gangster? Like, enough, girl, enough.
I think
you look like crap. Your hair looks like crap.
A true narcissist, because she she's getting all this negative media attention. I think anyone who wasn't a narcissist would just like go away and not want that. But like, this is why Cody and Robyn leave their Instagrams up. I'm convinced. Like, you could just literally not have your Instagram. But now Robyn has 17,000 comments on her most recent thing from 2019. So it's like, you can just take it down. I think a true narcissist is still just, they'd rather be in the spotlight than just be forgotten.
I actually think these outfits that she premiered would look okay on certain people if I didn't know the backstory of what she did. And I also think she comes off as a major try-hard with these outfits. It's like, like, you need the rose and the 5 earrings and the 7 rings and the 12 bracelets. And girl, you're not Carrie Bradshaw and you never will be. Speaking of, check out our Sex and the City episode.
Yeah.
Also, if you're still here at 50 minutes, hit like, hit subscribe while you're here. Hit like, please.
Yeah, and stay and leave a comment afterward. All right, are we ready to go into my warm? All right, gonna make this as quick as possible here. But Sister Wives, the Garrison episode finally dropped. And oh God, of course the dogs are all acting up now. Okay, so the Sister Wives episode finally dropped. It was beautiful. Look, everyone's been nervous about it. John, did you watch it by any chance?
No.
I
saw a clip. I saw
Okay.
one clip, and it was Mary talking about how.
Okay, so here you go. So it's about Garrison passing. We all knew it happened over a year ago, which I think was smart. I mean, they're so behind on the timeline, but it was good that we all kind of had that time to at least kind of come to terms with it a little bit. I just wanted to show this poster that Jody made for our thing. I think this is beautiful, the way she had Garrison ignited. He loved stars and constellations, and he used to love photography of stars. So the whole episode was kind of based on that. But in the episode, Mary receives the call on camera during an interview from Cody here.
What?
Yeah, isn't that
nuts?
That? Yes. This is her. This is her looking at the phone right here, being like, he's calling again. And she's like, he says it's because they're not talking. She's like, why is he calling me? And then she's like, he says it's an emergency. So she answers, and this is her like getting the information. Isn't that crazy? Like, it was a tough watch. I mean, that's like going to be the first part that kind of socks you in the jaw. I just wanted to take you guys through this here really quickly, because I went into this episode being like, I'm going to try to feel bad for Robyn. I'm sure she's a human being. She's going to have empathy. Here's where each person is in their interview chairs, just gathering themselves to be able to discuss this thing that happened. Okay. Here's Janelle. Here's Christine. Here's Mary. Here's Cody. And here's Robyn. Here's Robyn's reaction. Annoyed.
What I'm going to say about this
I'll be able to read it, whatever you say.
I'm not anything. What I would say is, though, and because of Robyn's bullshit and because of Cody's bullshit, though, the other 3 women, they like raised Garrison. Yeah. Like they were like and Robyn never, from my perception, guys, and I've barely watched the show, from my perception, Robyn's focus is Robyn's family, and it has never really been about making it like the full family, right?
Yeah.
But the other 3 women were about crossing family over. So
they were his mom. They were all his
would
mom.
have an impact. And that is the clip that I saw of Mary being like, I called Janelle and I said, I'll be there. I'm on my way. And it's like, that is what you do with family. And yeah, Robyn is a piece of shit.
This is the haunting part, though, is that Robyn cries. Her famous thing is that she pretends to cry in every episode. And this one, it was just this cold, annoyed. And Cody, I think I was saying this to Zuleska yesterday. I'm like, Cody's got a window right here, right in this moment, where I think if Cody right now, today, left Robyn and he came out and he's like, I didn't realize how much she was really manipulating me, and I'm so sorry. And it was her. It was all her. I think if he did that right now, people might be able to turn on him, because in this little window, he is truly devastated through this whole episode. He knows, he talks about this moment where it was an out-of-body experience, and he saw himself and he saw the grief come out of him. God, it's so hard to talk about. And I think that moment was him realizing, I fucked this up. Like I am I have guilt for what happened in the past couple of years. And then there's a scene where he's talking to Robyn around this fire, and Garrison loved fire. He's trying to connect with Garrison, and he's talking, and Robyn's there just finishing his sentences. And then at one point, now, John, what do you think of this? Cody says, I just keep thinking about the what ifs, like what I could have done, like if I could have had one more moment with him. And Robyn goes, yeah, the things that he could have done with his life. And it was just that little like flip of like putting the blame back on Garrison. And if you think of this now, the next thing that happens after this is that Aurora comes and asks Cody to baptize her. So I think that Robyn immediately was so worried about this. Like she saw the danger here, like, fuck, Cody's going to realize that I've manipulated this. And this is a lot of me kind of ruining this entire family. So I need to switch this narrative now where he still doesn't like his kids. It's still us against the world. And it get the attention back on her and her family. I think that when this happened, I think that Robyn's initial thought was, oh shit, how is this going to negatively impact me? And sue me for saying that, but that's just my feeling. I have no sympathy for that bitch anymore. I
think that, again, not watching. I think that in a case like this, where if you guys aren't like aware, he did pass from
suicide. Yes, he did.
Yes. So people don't know. Like, I think that like it's very easy for people to say something like Robyn would say, where like, imagine what he could have done with his life, and turning it back on blaming that person. I think that no one understands. I can have nothing but empathy for someone who does that because you don't understand who they are or what place they're in to feel that way. And I think it's unfortunate that someone like Robyn even has a platform in a place like this.
He
and
shouldn't have been in the episode at all.
I think that Cody, though, is not innocent. And I don't think that...
But Cody feels guilt.
Agreed. But I don't think it should all be that Robyn manipulated this family. Cody wanted her to manipulate his family.
He let her. He definitely did. But then the fact that you can see in the many, many rewatchings of the episode I've done, it seems pretty clear that the second this happened, she went into full crisis mode. And how do I keep the rift between him and his kids? And I'm sorry that I'm saying that. I'm done. I'm not sugarcoating Robyn.
I completely agree that that is a move of like a whatever. I don't know if she's a narcissist. I don't know what she is. Again, I don't watch it enough to diagnose a woman. But it is a move of a person who constantly needs the attention on them.
Yeah.
If the attention is focused on anyone else, they will move the needle somewhere else. They'll figure out a way to get that attention back to themselves, whether they even realize that they're being bad doing it, or they don't even realize they're doing it. I don't think I have a hard time believing that like Robyn sits there and is like, okay, so this happened. Like, I don't think she seems intelligent enough for that.
After watching this episode, I really do think she does.
Do you think she's smart enough for that?
I think that she's very manipulative, and she was raised that way because her mother did literally the exact same thing to...
I guess I just don't understand why, if you're really trying to get in with someone who can help build your life up and et cetera, and whatever, why would you tie yourself onto Cody Brown? Like, girl, you couldn't find someone else better?
It's pretty haunting. But yes, I truly believe that she is most comfortable when there's a rift between Cody and the family. And I think that instead of feeling empathy or sympathy for Garrison, she was angry about the situation because now it took the attention off of her. And now people are going to start, or Cody might realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't have listened to you. That's just my thoughts on it, but we can move on to TikTok now. But hey, guys, let me know in the comments. You can feel free to yell at me or write me emails about what a bitch I am, but I'm officially done standing up for her or finding any good in her.
I don't think you're a bitch.
Not about that, at least.
Don't worry. People will have plenty of other shit to say. So, guys, leave us some comments right now. Do you hate us? Do you love us? All right, quick transit.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a hard thing because it's a very serious conversation. And I think that, honestly, if you are someone who is struggling now, unfortunately, I think because of the shit ass in charge right now, they took away the suicide helpline. I'm pretty sure they defunded that or something. But if you are dealing with something like that, if you're feeling some kind of way, please reach out to people. Reach out to someone, even if it's some lowly podcaster like Joan or Amanada. reach out, babe. You know, there are people out there, but also know that you're cared about and loved no matter what.
Someone and ask.
Sorry, God.
So I was going to say, just ask people if they're doing all right, basically.
Yeah. Also that too. You know what? Ask your friends. Talk to your friends, especially men. Men are so afraid to talk about their feelings, to talk about the way that things affect them, to talk about anything. I'm not saying that's had anything to do with Garrison's passing. I'm not saying that.
No, actually, well, on that note, sorry, we're almost done here, guys. All the family said that Garrison felt stuff a lot. Like he was just one of those people that took on so many feelings. He was also in the military. So like, especially people that really are emotional, those are the ones that like, you never know. Like even.
And, you know, I'm sure he was not in a place, I'm sure his father did not make him feel comfortable to express that. I'm whatever. Oh, awesome, Edith.
Yes,
I mean, not awesome.
I mean, Canada now has a U.S. helpline due to our government getting rid of ours. God, I don't know what's going on over up here either. Jesus, it's all a shit. So everyone help each other, reach out to each other.
The unfortunate and sad truth about our nation, the United States right now, is that when you have people that are billionaires and shit in charge, the ultimate thing is they want poor people to die. Just saying. They would rather you dead.
Also, it's run by men. Let's get into TikTok.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Right. Let's keep it.
And with like a giant rant about everything terrible going on. No, let's start with this. I don't know what it is, but I think this
I just wanted to play. If anyone is watching the rehearsal, that third episode, it is almost difficult to watch because it gets weird in the middle, visually weird, very uncanny valley. But the way they wrapped up the episode, the guffaw that came out of my body was like nothing I've ever experienced.
The rehearsal.
When I realized how they were how they were wrapping up his thought process and the way they ended it, I was like, oh my God. So anyway, Nathan Fielder is giving this interview. I saw it on TikTok. And in this interview, he's saying something so real where he's like, people are saying that our show is really cringy. And to that, I say, how are any of you guys getting through life? Because life is cringe. Every interaction, almost all of them, every interaction you have with another person is cringe because people are cringy. All of us, every moment of our lives is cringy. And I was just like, I feel seen.
Well, you know, there's this push out now of that one of the challenges of the Gen Z, Gen Alpha, being a Gen Z or Gen Alpha person. And I'm not generalizing. I'm going to try to not generalize because the other day I was like, Gen Z's ruining everything. They're Puritans.
I'm proud to be a millennial.
I am too because anyway, whatever. What I'd say is that they're really on board with this idea that like, oh my God, I don't want to be like caught being embarrassed ever. And, you know, that's because of the rise of social media, etc. I think that we do need to embrace being embarrassed and feeling cringy.
Embarrassed on a daily basis, really.
I was like, this is sidebarring kind of, but you know, they've been talking about like the removal of color from our world as I'm wearing a black shirt. Guys, check out our other episodes because Amanda roasted the shit out of me for wearing a mesh shirt on her.
There was no warning. He turned on his ring light and was like, let's go. And I was like, boing.
I had just check it out. I'm not like naked or anything, but check it out. No, I think that we just need to like be free because I was driving by a high school that was letting out. This is so weird, but I'm driving by the high school and I'm just like seeing all these kids. None of them were wearing color. They're all wearing black.
Oh man, I do not look good in black.
Oh, I think most people look good in black, though. You don't think so?
I like genuinely look bad in black.
Bring back color. Thank you. Anyway, this is the kind of lives that I'm getting on my TikTok. I swipe and then I swipe and then I find a live. And it's this, like a person like this. This was also in Spanish. So there was no English. He was just speaking in Spanish. It's just a big leg spread. Thoughts, guys? Anyone like big, juicy thighs? I mean...
Have this dog again.
Also...
I saw this as I was looking and I was like, oh, usually it's butts, but we got some dicks this week.
If you like men in general, you should follow the España rugby TikTok thing.
Yeah.
Because literally almost all their posts are thirst traps. It'll be like the guy stretching or like swimming together or whatever. And this week's was in the middle of a like team huddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And it was like sound on because they're all like they're all breathing together. Check it out. Anyone else on the Russian and Turkish baths TikTok? Because I constantly see these. This is in New York. It's been there since 1892. It's the Russian and Turkish baths. And almost all the videos are men being interviewed outside it. And it'll be like, yeah, hey, I've been coming to the Russian and Turkish baths since whatever. This guy has been coming there for 30 years. And all the comments are like, oh yeah, when is he there? And they're like, oh yeah, 30 years of drainings. Like literally people be like, oh yeah, breed me it's like, oh yeah, cruising at the baths. That's all the comments, to the point where like now the Russian Turkish baths have like leaned in to that because all their videos are like men being like, yeah, I've really loved it here. Been here for the last 6 hours. And they're like, oh yeah, 6 loads later. Those are the comments. So guys, check out the Russian.
That's my type of humor though. It's Doughboys humor. All they talk about is cum.
It's just hilarious here. So Russian Turkish baths, look it up. Next, this just some man just doing a deadlift or something. It's like, what is this here?
Oh my God.
And it's like, whoa. This is visual. So guys, jump on YouTube.
I feel like if I was just an audio listener of this, I would always probably jump on at least for the last 5 minutes and check out what we're listening to.
Oh my God. Okay, so then here's what I'm gonna leave us with. Now, you guys know I hate AI. I'm bugged out by it. I think we waste too much time making these AI videos on TikTok. Ones that I hate are when people will take a picture of something. And because I do have my Barbie TikTok, guys, open that doll, check it out. I will get Barbie videos where people just take a picture of a Barbie, upload it into AI, and then it will like start walking or something. Guys, realize that's burning up our atmosphere and it's like burning up so much energy and power. Please stop doing that. But I did this week come across a video that was like hunky Scooby-Doo characters. All right. And they're all AI. So I'm going to leave us with that. First, a couple of the villains. We have the Creeper. Now, one of the comments, the top comments was, oh, I know the Creeper's hung. And I could have shit my pants when I read that. I was like, oh, who's the Creeper? Then he appeared. Then we have Ghost Clown. We have Scrappy Doo. Now, this does look like a fox, unfortunately, not a dog. But here's Scooby.
Beast level.
And then we have the 4 leads. Now, tell me which one of these you want. Here's Fred. He's very typical.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hot, but he wouldn't probably be my number one choice of these.
Call me fat for sure.
Yeah, he definitely gives anyway, yeah. Shaggy.
Him. I would fuck this guy hard. This guy gives us Wade vibes from Sex and the City. We ranked really high. The guy that lives with his parents, we like pop him up above Big on our rankings.
Daphne.
Okay. It's a man.
And then I think my favorite, Velma.
Yeah, we're both. Somebody's asking, are you a thigh guy? Yeah, we're both thigh people.
I like thick thighs, big asses. In general, I like big arms, big butts, tall guys. Like, really, the thing that most people like, probably. Yeah. Amanda likes big dicks.
Again, don't think I'm the only person that is the preference. Would prefer a bigger dick. Although right now I don't want any dicks. Look, we did great. I think
we made it.
We made it, you guys. That was so fun. I'm
going
to be canceled for my Sister Wives rant, but
I don't think it was bad.
Nice about it. Robyn's a monster.
Guys, let us know. Is it bad? Was it bad what Amanda said?
I kept it cute. Well, I didn't.
Can you hit like?
Yeah,
Hit subscribe, please. We're trying here, babes. Also, could you stay after a couple minutes and leave a comment? And if you're really devoted, could you go back and check out our Sex in the City episodes and leave some comments on that? Thick thighs make the dick rise.
Drag Race All Stars starts this week.
Shit!
We'll be watching it. That was the last thing.
Yeah, I forgot. I said I was going to start off with that, but RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars starts this Friday. We will be watching.
I'll watch it. Sweet. All right, guys, that's
love
it.
You
Have
guys.
a wonderful week. We love you. I have 6 dogs in this room. Let's all give them a round of applause. You guys did all right, I guess. Awesome. Have a wonderful week, guys. We love you.
Bye-bye.
The